Hello and welcome to Reynolds Field in Newport, Rhode Island. The sun is shining. The temperature is 51 degrees on Saturday, April 5. It is just approaching 1 o'clock. We're 9 minutes away from the start of our game with Nichols College. Presenting the color for today, the American flag and the Rhode Island state flag. Is actually a Salve, Regina graduate, class of '92, Captain Anselm Richards. He's joined by Master Sergeant James Boucher and Lieutenant Corporal Ryan Whittemore. They approach the middle of the diamond. We now have beautiful sunshine as we just completed the national anthem. Flag presented by the Army ROTC program. Nichols College comes into today's game with a 2-12 record, 1-1 in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. Their last two games were against Curry College, and they split those two games, winning 3-2 and losing 8-7. Salve Regina comes into today's game 12-6 overall, 3-2 in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. Seahawks picked up a huge win on April Fool's Day on Tuesday, winning the second game of a doubleheader at Endicott 3-1. Frank Lemieux pitched a complete game victory in that outing. Allowed only 3 hits and 1 run. Seahawks scored single runs in 3 different innings. Starting lineups for the Nichols College Bison. Left fielder, number 10, Brett Jackson leads off for the Bison. He's batting .091 on the season. Right fielder, number 1, Matt Hardy. Catcher, number 5, Benjamin Harrow. He's batting .458, second in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. Third baseman is number 15, Shane McNally. He's batting .340. The designated hitter is number 25, Joseph Nicolais. First baseman is number 32, Jeff Sylvester. Second baseman is number 24, Scott Iacapucci. Shortstop is number 3, Brett Franciosi. And the center fielder is number 2, Tyler Ferdinand. Pitching for the Bison today is number 13, Ryan McLean. McLean's record on the season is 1-1. He comes in with 12.1 innings pitched and a .292 ERA. In the field for the Seahawks, left fielder is number 10, Tyler Colby. Center fielder is number 15, Ryan Kelly. Returning to the lineup for the Seahawks in right field is number 3, Nicholas Delano. Third base is number 18, Joe Haley. Shortstop is number 6, Dan Donahue. Second baseman is number 4, Anthony Conti. First base is number 24, Mark Bolin. The catcher is number 21, Dominic Desano. And the pitcher, the left-hander, number 32, Vincent Roth. Salve, Regina's last game was at Eastern Connecticut State on Thursday. Seahawks scored the first run in the game, led 1-0 after Ryan Kelly drove in Dan Donahue with the game's first run in the top of the second inning. And then the Warriors scored 10 unanswered runs the rest of the way to win 10-1. Salve takes the field. Play will begin after pre-inning warm-ups. National anthem has already been played with a nice presentation by the Armory ROTC color guard. Salve Regina has had 2 separate 4-game winning streaks and no losing streak greater than 2. Twice the team has had a 2-game losing streak. Last game against Swarthmore in Florida, 5-0. And then returning to New England, a loss 3-0 at Salem State. They won 3 straight after that. Postponed with WPI, then won 21-2 and 5-3 in a doubleheader Commonwealth Coast Conference sweep of Curry College. And then a 3-2 win over St. Joseph's on Sunday, March 23. Following that was a 2-game losing streak. The first game of a doubleheader last Saturday, March 29, losing 5-4 to Western New England. Game 2 is postponed. Next outing for the Seahawks was at Endicott. They lost game 1, 4-3. A walk-off hit in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Gulls provided the winning margin. And then in game 2, Frank Lemieux pitched the complete game 3-hitter for a 3-1 victory. Here are the leaders for the Nichols College Bison. Benjamin Harrow is the catcher, and he's the leading hitter at .458. Harrow and Nicolais are the leading RBI players, both with 9. And Tyler Shute has 16.2 innings pitched on the season. And we're ready to go with Vincent Roth ready to deliver to Jackson, the first batter for the Bison. First pitch is in there for a strike. Jackson is a left-handed batter, facing the left-handed Roth. Next pitch is a ball. Third pitch from Roth is inside for a ball. Jackson is a junior from Larchmont, New York. Ball's in play to shortstop Dan Donahue. He picks it up on a couple of hops. Throws over to Mark Boland for out number 1. We're here in the top of the first inning of game 1. The Commonwealth Coast Conference doubleheader between Salve Virginia University, the host school in Newport, and Nichols College, visiting from Dudley, Massachusetts. Brings up the right fielder, number 1, Matt Hardy. He's a freshman from North Attleboro, Massachusetts. First pitch from Roth is a ball. Hardy is batting .256 on the season. Roth gets the inside call for a strike. 1-1 count on Hardy. 2-1 count. Hardy has one extra base hit on the season. That was a triple among his 10 hits. Three-one count from Roth, facing the second batter of the top of the first inning. In play up the middle, Dan Donahue grabs it. Over to Mark Boland again, out number 2. So 2 straight ground outs from Vin Roth. He gets him to both ground to Dan Donahue at shortstop. Now batting is the catcher number 5, Benjamin Harrow. He's a left-handed batter, second in the league with a .458 batting average. He has 6 doubles among his 22 hits. First pitch from Roth is in there for a strike. Second pitch in there quickly for a strike. Outside for a ball. In play to the right side, up the middle and by Anthony Conti and Dan Donahue at second and short. And Ryan Kelly picks it up. So Benjamin Harrow's aboard with a 2-out single. Brings up the third baseman, Shane McNally. He's batting .340 on the season. He's a senior from Auburn, Massachusetts. Roth checks on Harrow at first base. Harrow is back with a head first slide. To the right side, gloved by Anthony Conti, not able to make a play at either base. An infield hit. Nice stop by Conti to keep it in the infield. So Harrow's at second, McNally's at first. Both aboard with base hits against Vincent Roth. Here in the top of the first inning, no score. A designated hitter, Joseph Nicolas, sophomore from Cranston, Rhode Island, is at the plate. Roth got the first 2 Bison batters to ground out to shortstop Dan Donahue, and the next 2 have reached on singles. This is the third left-hander he's faced in the top of the first inning. Lefty versus lefty matchups. One count on Nicolas. He's batting .211 on the season. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Vin Roth to Joseph Nicolas. Not happening as pitcher Roth pivots on the mound to check Harrow back to second base. Grounded foul, strike 2. high. 2-2 count. Donahue shaded close to the bag at second. Harrow leads off. McNally leads off first base. Here's the pitch to Nicholas. Swinging, strike 3. So the top of the first ends with no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base for the Bison. Salve Regina will come to bat in the bottom of the first inning. For the bottom of the first inning. Nichols College did not score in the top of the first inning. They got 2 hits after 2 were out, but Ben Ross struck out the last batter. And Ryan Sweener, the designated hitter, leads off the bottom of the first for the Seahawks. Sweener, a sophomore from South Kingstown, Rhode Island, is batting .354 on the season. Right-handed batter, facing Ryan McLean, a right-handed pitcher. First pitch from McLean is a ball. Fouled back for strike 1. Sweener looks at ball 2. And Sweener wears that pitch on his left shoulder and takes first base with nobody out. Brings up the shortstop Dan Donahue. He fielded 2 chances in the first inning. Got both outs over across the diamond to Mark Boland. Donahue's batting .258 on the season. He's a junior from Westbury, New York. McLean throws over to first base. Jeff Sylvester puts a tag on Ryan Sweener, who is there, diving safely into the bag. McLean throws over a second time to Sylvester. Both times Sweener's back safely with a head-first slide. Donahue shows bunt, pulls back. Catcher Harrow fakes a throw to first. Sweener's back at the bag. Count on Dan Donahue. He's the second batter of the bottom of the first inning for the Seahawks. Ryan Sweener led off, was hit by a pitch on a 2-1 count or a 1-2 count. Donahue gets the bunt down, picked up by McLean. Covered it over at first base by second baseman Scott Lakabuchi. So the sacrifice is 1-4. Sweener moves up to second base. Brings up Ryan Kelly in a less familiar spot. He's usually the leadoff hitter for the Seahawks. He's now batting in the third spot in the lineup. The center fielder is batting .317 on the season. Ball's in play up the middle. Second baseman Ayakabuchi has only one play over to Sylvester. Sweener moves over to third base. 4-3 on the putout. So with 2 outs, the catcher, Dominic DeSano, comes to the plate. He's batting .315 on the season, and he has Ryan Sweener at third base with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. No score between Nichols College and Salve, Regina University. Ball's in play to the left side. Out of play now behind the backstop. 0-1 count to Dominic DeSano. Facing Ryan McLean. Breaking ball is up high for a ball. Another off-speed pitch. Over the plate but high. Ball 2, 2-1. DeSano works the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. He's got Ryan Sweener on third base. Sweener led off the inning with a hit by pitch. Breaking ball pitch in from McLean on a 3-1 is in there for a strike. So full count now on Dominic DeSano with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Ryan Sweener on third base, and here is the pitch from Ryan McLean. In play to the left side. Third baseman McNally. Over to Sylvester, they get the out. So the leadoff hit batsman does not harm McLean for the Seahawks in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Nichols will come to bat in a 0-0 game. Welcome back to Reynolds Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Salve, Regina home baseball field on the campus in Newport. Top of the second inning. First baseman, Jeff Sylvester, leads off. He's a freshman from Berlin, Connecticut, leading off against starting pitcher Vincent Roth. First pitch from Roth is in there for a strike. Second pitch, also a called strike. Roth quickly gets the 0-2 count on Sylvester. Sylvester is batting .275 on the season. Fouls that pitch off. Roth is looking for a new ball after that foul pitch. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Vin Roth. Grounded to Joe Haley. A nice hop for him. Throws over to Mark Bolin. First out of the inning. Brings up the second baseman, number 24, Scott Iacobucci. He's a freshman from Hope, Rhode Island. And he is the fourth left-hander that Vin Roth faces in this afternoon's game. First pitch in there for a strike. That pitch is high, ball one. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Vin Roth. Inside for a ball. Two-one count. Iacobucci swings, and on a line drive, Anthony Conti catches it at second base for out number 2 in the top of the second inning. Soft line drive that Conti was able to grab just above his ankles. So the first 2 are out in the top of the second, just like they were out in the top of the first. Brings up the shortstop, Brett Franciosi, a junior from Leominster, Mass. He's batting .382 on the season. Ball is high to the left side and out of play. Foul. So Rolf has an 0-2 count on Franciosi. In the dirt for a ball. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Vin Roth to Franciosi. Strike 3, swinging. And the Bison go down in order in the top of the second inning. Salve will be coming to bat in a scoreless game. Welcome back to Newport, Rhode Island, Reynolds Field. Left fielder Tyler Colby leads off the bottom of the second inning for the Salve, Regina University Seahawks. Colby is from Easton, Connecticut, batting .291 on the season. And he's the number 5 batter in the Seahawk lineup in Game 1 of the doubleheader with Nichols College. First pitch in from Ryan McLean is a called strike. McLean threw 12 pitches in the first inning. One of them hit leadoff batter Ryan Sweener. Colby to the right side. Ikabuchi gloves it and throws over to Sylvester at first base for out number 1. Brings up the third baseman, Joe Haley. He's a junior from North Kingstown, Rhode Island, batting .294 on the season. Apologies for that camera. And Haley swings and sends it to the opposite way for a single to left field. Brings up the right fielder, Nicholas Delano. He is a senior from Reading, Massachusetts. So with one out, Haley first pitch swinging, puts it in play and singles to left field. Nicholas Delano last played in a 3-2 win over St. Joseph's on March 23. Injured his hamstring on trying to beat out a grounder in that game. Here's a pitch from McLean. Delano sends it to the outfield. Right fielder Matt Hardy gloves it, throws it back for the second out. Brings up the first baseman for the Seahawks, Mark Bolin. He's batting .667 on the season. Bolin is a junior from Orange, Connecticut. He also got the start in Thursday's game at Eastern Connecticut State. McLean, strong throw over to Sylvester at first base, gets Haley diving back to the bag. Here's the first pitch. No, it's not. Almost the first pitch to Mark Bolin. Bolin has Haley at first base and no count, but 2 outs. First pitch, called strike. The 0-1 pitch to Bolin, grounded to shortstop Franciosi. Over to Sylvester, and that's out number 3. So for the Seahawks in the second inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We have a scoreless game heading to the top of the third inning. Welcome back to Reynolds Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Skies are partly cloudy. Some of those clouds are grayish. We have a scoreless game here in the top of the third inning. Nicholas College batting. Leading off for the Bison is their center fielder, Ferdinand. Tyler Ferdinand is a freshman from Middleborough, Massachusetts. First pitch he sees from Vincent Roth is a called strike. Roth has thrown 32 pitches through the first 2 innings. Second pitch is low. 1-1 count to Ferdinand. And here is the pitch from Vin Roth. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. And Roth gets his second straight strikeout. Brings the top of the order back up for the Bison. Left fielder Brett Jackson. He grounded out to Dan Donahue to lead off the game. And check swing not checked well enough. And the pitch is a strike to Jackson. Called strike on pitch 2.
Let's go, get shot.
Time is just past 1:30 on a Saturday afternoon. He swung on that. Dom DeSano picks it up out of the dirt. Throws over to Mark Bolin for the second out of the third inning. Brings up the right fielder, Matt Hardy. He also grounded out to shortstop Dan Donahue in the first inning. Grounds that to the left side, foul. Nichols' coaching staff picks up the ball in the foul territory, tosses it over to a Seahawk player in the dugout. Hardy swings through that pitch for strike 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Vin Roth in the dirt. So Vin Roth has a 1-2 count on Matt Hardy, the right fielder. Here's the pitch. Groundage. Joe Haley charges. Guns over to Mark Bolin for the out. Second straight 1-2-3 inning. We're through 2.5 innings here at Reynolds Field. No score. Salve comes to bat in the bottom of the third inning. back to Reynolds Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Bottom of the third inning, scoreless game between Nichols College Bison and the Salve, Regina University Seahawks. Second baseman Anthony Conti leads off for the Seahawks in the bottom of the third inning. He's batting .333 on the season. He's a senior from Georgetown, Massachusetts. First pitch from Ryan McClain is inside for a ball. Next pitch is low for a ball. 2-0 count. In play to the right side, second baseman Ayakabuchi over to Sylvester for out number one. Brings up the Seahawk leadoff hitter, Ryan Sweener. He's at the designated hitter position. There's a drive deep to left field. Left fielder Brett Jackson falls down trying to get it. And Ryan Sweener is in at second base with a one-out double. Brings up shortstop Dan Donahue. Donahue sacrificed in the first inning. Sweener had led off the inning with a hit batsman, and then Donahue sacrificed him. There's a shot to the right side. It's a single in for Donahue. Throw is going to be cut off, and Sweener is going to be held at third base for runners at the corners. With one out, Ryan Kelly is the batter. First pitch to Kelly is in there for a strike. Kelly grounded out to second base his first at bat. Kelly has Donahue at first base and Sweener at third. Only one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Scoreless game. Another thrower at first base. Donahue's back standing. Close play at the bag. And his pitch from McClain to Ryan Kelly. Another look over at first base. Donahue again back standing. McClain delivers to Kelly. Ball low. 1-1 count. McLean looks into the catcher for the sign. Harold gives it to him. And I guess the sign was take another look over at Donahue at first base, because that's what he did. Donahue's back safely. Sweeney's at third base. He had a double. There's a shot to left field. It's going to land foul near the batting cages.
Hey, one more back, baby. Let's go, kid.
So Sweeney had a one-out double, followed by a single to right field from Dan Donahue, and Ryan Kelly has runners at the corners with one out and ready for the 1-2 pitch from McLean. It's a ball. 2-2. Kelly is batting in the third spot in the lineup for the first time this season. Donahue is again back standing at first base. McLean ready to deliver a 2-2 pitch to Ryan Kelly. Here it is. Foul on the ground to the left side. Dan Donahue was running on that pitch. He goes back to first base. That time Donahue was back diving head first. Ryan Kelly's ready for the 2-2 pitch from Ryan McLean. Donahue's running. It's a shot to the gap in left center. It lands in. It gets Donahue to third, Sweeney to home with the first run of the game, and Ryan Kelly is diving into second base with an RBI double. And a 1-0 score for Salve Regina here in the bottom of the third inning. Brings up the catcher, Dominic DeSano. He now has runners at second and third with one out. And he singles to left field. It's going to drive in 2 runs. Donahue and Ryan Kelly score. And Dominic DeSano's at first base with a 2-run single.
Maybe I can squeeze a little more out of this one. There isn't any more.
Left fielder Tyler Colby is now batting. He grounded out to second, leading off the second. We are in the bottom of the third inning. Salve Regina now leads 3-0, all 3 runs in this inning. Colby checks his swing on pitch 1 from McLean, and it's a ball high. DeSano's on first with 1 out. He just had a 2-run single to left field. Ball 2 to Tyler Colby. Three-0 count now on Tyler Colby. All Seahawks spring teams are in action today. as McLean gets the 3-0 pitch over for a strike. Women's track and field is competing at the Corsair Invitational, hosted by UMass Dartmouth. Women's tennis got underway at 11 a.m. They are hosting the second annual hard court triples tournament as Tyler Colby works a walk. Puts runners at second and first for Joe Haley. He had the first hit of the day for the Seahawks, a 1-out single in the second. He's now batting in the bottom of the third. Salve, Regina leads Nichols College 3-0 and threatens to score some more. Salve, Regina men's tennis has a conference match at Curry College. That started at noon. Women's lacrosse got underway, hosting Western New England at Gaudet Field. Leon Bales is calling the action for the Seahawks at Gaudet. A lacrosse doubleheader with Western New England Golden Bears. The women started at noon and the men follow at 3 p.m. Joe Haley grounds into a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play, but the Seahawks pick up 3 runs in the third inning, and we head to the top of the fourth inning. Salve, Regina leads 3-0. Welcome back to Reynolds Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Vin Roth entered today's game with a 3-1 record and a 1.96 ERA. He has pitched a scoreless 3 innings here thus far, and he faces the best hitter on the Bison team, Benjamin Harrow, their catcher. Harrow had a first inning single after 2 were out. He was stranded. He's now batting .469. And he's fouled off the first 2 pitches from Vin Roth for an 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Vin Roth to Benjamin Harrow. Outside ball. One-two pitch is a breaking ball, swinging strike 3. Roth gets the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 4th inning. Third baseman Shane McNally now bats. He also had a first inning single after 2 are out and ended up stranded. With his last strikeout, Vin Roth now has 5 on the game. Here's a 2-2 pitch from Vin Roth to McNally. Line to left field. It's going to drop in there for a base hit. McNally takes the turn at first base. Tyler Colby gets it into Anthony Conti at the second base bag. And McNally settles for a 1-out single. That brings up the designated hitter, Joseph Nicolais. He was the first strikeout victim in the first inning, ended the frame. Strikeout swinging. Here's the first pitch from Vin Roth to Nicolais. Pitches up high for a ball. Amanda Sherman is checking in from the women's tennis hardcourt triples event. Sherman is one of 4 Seahawk athletic trainers. Covering baseball for the Seahawks is Alex Lipschitz, who is near his hometown on Thursday's game. Lipschitz is from Tolan, Connecticut. Diving stop attempted by Anthony Conti, but it gets through for a single to center field for McNally. Excuse me, Nicolais. McNally's now at second base. Nicolais is at first, and the first baseman, Jeff Sylvester, now batting. He grounded to third baseman Joe Haley, leading off the second inning. Salve, Regina leads 3-0. Scored 3 runs in the bottom of the third inning. We're here in the top of the fourth inning, 1 out. McNally's on second, Nicolais is on first base, and Jeff Sylvester at the bat. In the dirt, blocked by Desano, and they easily get McNally trying to take off for third base. McNally is picked off. Desano to Haley on the play. So there's 2 outs in the top of the fourth inning. South Virginia leads 3-0. And Jeff Sylvester singles through the right side.
Hey, got two. Get your ass.
Brings up second baseman Scott Iacopucci. He lined out to Conti softly in the second inning. He's now batting 125 on the season. He has Nicolais on second and Sylvester on first, both aboard with singles. Pitch in from Roth is a called strike. Iacopucci was tempted by that high pitch from Roth, but laid off it for ball 1. 1-1 count to Iacobucci. 2 outs, 2 on. And here's the pitch from Vin Roth. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Vin Roth. Outside. 2-2. Next pitch from Vin Roth will be his 60th here in the top of the 4th inning. He has 2 outs, 2 on, and a 2-2 pitch to Iacobucci. In the air and not a play to the right side. Here's a 2-2 pitch again. Outside. Full count on Scott Iacobucci. So Nicolais will get a head start, and Sylvester will get a head start off second and first, unless they get picked off, as Roth spun around to chase Nicolais back to the bag at second. Here's the full count pitch from Vin Roth to Iacobucci. In the air to the left side, in foul territory. Joseph Haley is underneath it for the final out. So 3 hits in the inning for Nicholas College, but no runs and 2 left. Salve Regina comes to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning, leading 3-0. McLean gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning to Salve Regina. McLean returns to the mound in the bottom of the 4th inning. First batter he'll face is right fielder Nicholas Delano. Delano lined out to right field in the 2nd inning. To the right side, Jeff Sylvester picks it up, takes care of it himself for a put out. Left-handed batting and first baseman Mark Bolin comes to the plate for the Seahawks. He ended the 2nd inning grounding out to shortstop. Ball 1 to Bolin.
Good spot,
the air in the infield. Left side, third baseman Shane McNally gloves it. Second out of the fourth inning. Brings up the Seahawks second baseman Anthony Conti. He grounded out to his counterpart in the third inning before Salve Regina had 4 successive hits to plate 3 runs. Conti shows bunt, sees ball 1. In the air to left field. Brett Jackson back a few steps to his left. He makes the catch for the final put out of the fourth inning. We head to the top of the fifth inning. Salve Regina leads Nichols College 5-0. Excuse me, 3-0. Welcome back to Reynolds Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Salve Regina baseball leading Nichols College 3-0. Top of the fifth inning. Through 4 innings, both teams have 5 hits. Salve Regina scored 3 runs in the bottom of the third inning because they grouped 4 of their 5 hits in that inning. Leading off the top of the fifth inning for the Bison is their shortstop Brett Franciosi. A 1-0 pitch, he flies out to right fielder Nicholas Delano.
Now batting number 2, Tyler Ferdinand.
Franciosi had ended the second inning strikeout swinging. Brings up the center fielder Tyler Ferdinand. He struck out swinging leading off the third inning. And see strike 1 called.
Hey, man, that's got more better than you.
1-1 count now to Ferdinand. Strike 2. Swing and a miss, out of ball in the dirt. Picked up by Desano, over to Bolin. Strikeout swinging. And 2-3 on the putout. That's the 6th strikeout for Vin Roth. Brings back the top of the order for the Bison, the left fielder, Brett Jackson. He's 0 for 2 with a Ground out and a strikeout. And he's now 0 for 3 with a fly out to left fielder Tyler Colby for the final out of the 5th inning. Salve, Regina will come to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning with a 3-0 lead. Welcome back to Newport, Rhode Island and Reynolds Field. Video-wise, you got to see some of the members of the Seahawk baseball team performing to the song YMCA. Audio-wise, it was a different song that you were hearing, but nonetheless, Salve Regina baseball team was well choreographed. Ryan Sweener leads off the bottom of the 5th inning. Salve Regina leads 3-0 over Nichols College. Sweener doubled in his last at-bat and scored the first run of the game. Sweener is now batting .367 on the season, and he's got a 2-0 count here against starting pitcher Ryan McLean. In the air to the right side, right fielder Matt Hardy moves to his right and grabs the ball for out number 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Shortstop Dan Donahue, who also singled in his last at-bat, is now at the plate. Donahue grounds to the right side. Second baseman Ikabuchi over to Sylvester. Out number 2. Brings up the center fielder Ryan Kelly. He doubled in the first run for the Seahawks and later scored a run. Swings through the first pitch from McLean, strike 1. There's a single through the left side, 2 outs, and Ryan Kelly on first. Takes the turn at first and holds. So with 2 outs, it brings up the catcher, Dominic DeSano. He had a 2-run single in the 3rd inning. It gave Salve Regina its current 3-0 lead. DeSano's batting .321 on the season. Kelly's off with the pitch, diving headfirst in for a stolen base. Ball gets away from second baseman, and Kelly gets to third base on the throwing error. So a stolen base and an error. First pitch was a ball to DeSano. Swing and a miss by DeSano. Correction on the count, it's now 0-2. In the air to left field, it's going to be out of play. Onto the Chateau Sumur property. DeSano now has a 2-2 count, with Ryan Kelly on third and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Grounds it foul just beyond the third base bag. Is a 2-2 pitch from McLean. In the air, in the infield, foul territory near the Seahawk dugout. And the catch is made by Shane McNally as he falls to the ground with the final out in his glove. For the Seahawks, no runs on 1 hit, 1 left in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Salve, Regina leads 3-0. Welcome back to Reynolds Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Finn Roth has a 3-0 lead as he gets set to face Matt Hardy, the right fielder for Nichols College, in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch swinging, Fouled to the right side. Mark Boland gives chase, but it reaches Shepherd Avenue and bounces on the pavement. Hardy has 2 infield groundouts. First to Dan Donahue at short, and then Joe Haley at third base. Pop up to the infield. Mark Boland gets his glove up above his head and makes the put out. Roth has retired the leadoff batter in all 6 innings for the Seahawks. Brings up Benjamin Harrow. He had a first inning single and strikeout swinging in the 4th. Roth has a 1-ball count on Harrow. 2-0. Inside pitch called for a strike. One pitch goes to Joe Haley at third base. 1 hopper into his glove. He throws over to Mark Boland for the second out of the 6th inning. Brings up the third baseman Shane McNally. McNally is 2 for 2. Single in the 1st, single in the 4th. He was stranded at third base in the 4th inning. First pitch foul. In the dirt for ball 1. Roth has a 1-1 count on McNally with 2 outs in the 6th. Swinging strike, foul tip. Inside ball 2. Check swing stays checked for a full count. And Roth works the first walk off of, McNally works the first walk off of Vin Roth.
Let's go. Finish up.
That comes with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Brings up Joseph Nicolais. He struck out swinging in the 1st, ended the 1st, and then had a single in the 4th inning. First pitch is on the outside corner for a ball. Roth's next pitch will be his 85th. But he'll throw to first base before. McNally is back standing. Ball 2 to Nicolais. Both pitches have been close to the left-handed batting Nicolais. Roth again over to first base. Bolin applies the high tag to McNally, who comes in standing. Two-0 pitch is grounded to Conti at second base. He flips over to Donahue at the bag for the fielder's choice to end the inning. Salve Regina will come to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning, leading 3-0. Welcome back to Reynolds Field for the bottom of the 6th inning. Salve Regina leads 3-0 against Nichols College. Both starting pitchers, Ryan McLean for Nichols and Vincent Roth for Salve Regina, have gone 5 full innings. Roth has actually pitched 6 innings. Leadoff hitter Tyler Colby reaches on a single to center field. He's going to try to stretch 2 out of it, and he does with a double. Center fielder Tyler Ferdinand made his first steps backwards, and the ball landed just in front of him as he dove. So a leadoff double for Tyler Colby here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brings up Joe Haley. Haley has a single and a double play ground out. Colby's double was the 7th hit of the first game for Salve Regina. They have 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. The Bison have no runs on 5 hits, 1 error. And we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pickoff play attempt on Tyler Colby had the shortstop running away from the bag while the second baseman creeped in from Colby's left side. Colby was back safely. Haley sends that ball to left center. Brett Jackson gloves it. Colby fakes the tag for the first out here in the 6th inning. So with one out, right fielder Nicholas Delano is at the plate. Delano to the right side. First baseman Jeff Sylvester has a long way to go, but gets Delano out, while Tyler Colby moves over to third base with 2 outs now in the bottom of the 6th inning. That was the second straight first baseman unassisted ground out by Nicholas Delano. He lined out to right field in his first at bat. That came in the 2nd inning. Mark Boland now bats with 2 outs and Tyler Colby on third base. Correction, pinch hitter Tim Harris is at the plate. Up the middle by Harris. It's an RBI single and a 4-0 lead for the Seahawks. So pinch hitter Tim Harris delivers a 2-out RBI single up the middle. He was batting for Mark Boland. And the first pitch he sees from Ryan McClain, he sends up the middle for a run-scoring single. He's at first base now for Anthony Conti. And now Harris is at second base with a stolen base. Conti takes the first pitch from McClain as a strike. 1-1 count now to Anthony Conti. He has Tim Harris on second base. Harris reached on a single, scored Tyler Colby, and got to second on a steal. Dives back to second, head first. Anthony Conti has grounded out to second and lined out to left field in his 2 at-bats. He leaves that pitch high for ball 2. 2-1 count now. Two buses from Wellesley College Athletics are slowing down at the ball field. It says Wellesley College Athletics, but I don't think we have any contest with the Blue, I think is their nickname. Big Blue, I think. So Anthony Conti has a 2-2 count. Fouls off that pitch. Tim Harris was running on the pitch. McClain gets set for a 2-2 pitch to Anthony Conti. He leaves it outside for a full count. Here's the pitch from Ryan McClain to Anthony Conti. Ball high. He draws a full count walk.
Now batting number 4, Ryan.
Brings the top of the order up for the Seahawks. Designated hitter Ryan Sweener. He's 1 for 2. Led off the game getting hit by a pitch and doubled with 1 out in the 3rd inning. Scored a run and flew out to right field in the 5th inning. Sweener watches pitch 1 from McClain over for a strike. Sweener bats with 2 outs. Tim Harris on second, Anthony Conti on first. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Ryan McLean in the dirt. Ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from McLean to Sweener. Outside, ball 2. Tim Harris leads off second. Anthony Conti leads off first. And Ryan Sweener fouls the pitch out of play to the right side. Tim Harris has an RBI single in this inning, and he now leads off second. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Sweener. Line shot to center field. Nice diving stop by Tyler Ferdinand, the center fielder for Nichols College. So for the Seahawks in the inning, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Vin Roth will come out to pitch the top of the 7th inning after a short break. We are in the top of the 7th inning with Salve, Regina leading 4-0. This is game 1 of a doubleheader, so the games are scheduled for 7 innings. Vin Roth is looking to complete a shutout. He now has a new second baseman, Hunter Sleeper, who replaces Tim Harris, a pinch hitter in the 6th inning. Harris had an RBI single. And starting second baseman Anthony Conti now shifts over to first base. Leading off the top of the 7th for the Bison is their first baseman Jeff Sylvester. Sylvester has a single and 2 trips to the plate against Vin Roth. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is fly deep to Tyler Colby. And the left fielder puts it away for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. So with 1 out on the top of the 7th, second baseman Scott Ikabuchi is at the plate for the Bison. He fouls off the 1-0 pitch for a 1-1 count. That was pitch number 90 for Vin Roth. strike. For strike two, a 1-2 count now on Ikabuchi. Ikabuchi has lined out to second base and fouled out to third base. Fouls that pitch off, stays alive at 1-2. Off-speed pitch is fouled off to the right side. Anthony Conti gives a chase after it. Goes feet first down the embankment along the rock wall. Still a 1-2 count on Ikabuchi. The sunshine has not won the battle this afternoon. Still mostly cloudy here. Roth gets ready for another 1-2 pitch to Ikabuchi. Here it is. Lifted in the air on the infield. Joe Haley gloves it waist high. Out number 2. So Vin Roth is 1 out away from a complete game shutout.
Hey, get your last one. Get your last one. Finish up.
And he faces the shortstop, Brett Franciosi. Soft line at a Hunter Sleeper. Throws over to Anthony Conti at first base. And we have a 4-0 final in game 1. Salve Regina University defeats Nichols College 4-0. Vin Roth with the complete game shutout. And the teams will break between games and get ready for game 2. We'll be back with a brief wrap-up of game 1 after this short break. Welcome back to Reynolds Field in Newport, Rhode Island, where we just completed Game 1 of a 2-game set, Commonwealth Coast Conference doubleheader. Salve, Regina won 4-0 over Nichols College. Seahawks scored 3 runs in the 3rd inning and 1 run in the 6th inning, all in support of a complete game shutout for Vincent Roth. Roth improves to 4-1 on the season. Ryan McLean, starting pitcher for the Bison, falls to 1-2. Overall records for the Seahawks, 13-6, and for the Bison, 2-13. The Bison are now 1-2 in the conference, and Salve, Regina is 4-2 in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. Today's first game lasted an hour and 36 minutes, attended by just over 100 people. Extra base hits for the Seahawks. Tyler Colby, Ryan Kelly, and Ryan Sweener all had doubles. Seahawks had 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. The Bison had no runs on 5 hits. They were all singles, 1 error. And Vin Roth was the winner in Game 1, improves to 4-1. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast. My thanks to Lynn, Taylor, and Kiernan for letting me do what I love to do. And we'll be back shortly on this channel with Game 2.